Hello, this is DrDarnise's, and welcome back to my House of Religion, Magic, and Conjure. Happy holidays to everybody. And here I am. I said I was going to try to come back on before the new year. So here I am, and I wanted to just touch base with everybody. And one, welcome our new subscribers. Thank you all for helping me grow my channel. We are almost at 1,000 subscribers now, and I'm pretty happy about that. So if you're liking what you see here, please do like, share, and subscribe. Thank you. And so today what I wanted to talk about was just moving us towards thinking about the new year, thinking about wrapping up this year and thinking about our intentions. Magic is really about intention, and we can use different resources, which we do, different tools and whatnot to help us in manifesting. But really, we have to know that we are the ones doing the magic, so to speak, right? And we're using elements from the environment, from nature, etc. And everything has its own sort of its own power. So I want to encourage and inspire, remind people that now is the time to really become introspective. We're not starting on January 1, right? We don't wait till January 1 to start. We want to be aware of where we've been all year. We want to get clear on what it is we want to manifest in the new year. We want to take stock of ourselves in terms of where we dropped the ball last year. And when I say drop the ball, I mean drop the ball in terms of our intentionality around our own spiritual practices. So I assume if you're watching me, then you probably have well, let's just say diverse or unorthodox spiritual practices. That could be conjure, could be hoodoo, could be magic, could be Christianity, could be Judaism, could be anything. But probably it's a mixture of things, I'm going to guess. And, sometimes people like us who are doing more kind of spiritual kind of working, we can fall off track because we don't have a community. We don't go to church, so to speak. We don't go to the temple. And so if we don't have a community that holds us immediately kind of responsible or accountable, then we may fall off. We started thinking about it in January of 2019, and by December 2019, we way off. So anyway, as I did last year, I want to just encourage you. What is it that you've learned about yourself? What do you know about yourself? Where do you tend to drop the ball? How can you make your own spiritual practice richer? What are the things that don't really work for you and you want to discard? So take the time between now and the end of the year, between now and December 31st. If you have not already, and maybe you already have, if you have not already, then take this time to do this introspection, because this is really the way that you're going to create and manifest what it is you want to have and experience in this life. So y'all know I talk about candle magic, and I wanted to revisit that just, kind of in just to say that, again, we don't want to be in the practice of just lighting candles randomly. Otherwise, you really are just lighting candles randomly, which is fine if you just want to do the decorative kind of thing. Okay. But if you say that you want to affect something, if you want to use that as a tool or focal point for your manifesting and for your creations, then you have to be really clear on your intention. So think about what it is you want, and think about your candle as a way of sending your message. So your candle should be loaded with your intention. So, if you want to manifest a new car, a job, a love relationship, then you want to write that on the candle. You want to use an appropriate color candle. Love for red for love, green for money, orange for opening opportunities, opening the doorway for you as we go into a new year. Maybe you just really would like to feel like you're opening opportunities. So an orange candle would be good for that. There are road opener candles, and I've done a video about road opener candles before that are part orange and part green. And those are really good because you want to open the opportunities or the doorways towards money. But again, you have to take it upon yourself to be intentional about that. And you know, here's what you can do. You know, start gathering your tools so that maybe in the first week of January, the first 7 days, you have a very particular intentional purpose. Now, I do something called the first 31. And so my coaching clients who work with me know that every January we do the first 31. So what I'm telling you in terms of the first 7 days, we do for 31 days. And it really helps ground people in what it is they want to go forward and do, so that by, you know, March they haven't fallen off. So if you feel like you can do the first 31, great. But for people who haven't been, you know, really doing this type of thing, 31 days can seem like a long time. And right around, you know, the 21st day, the 25th day, people do start to fall off if they don't have community around them, you know, reminding them and encouraging them. So if you take 7 days, maybe you can do the first 15 days. Whatever it is, commit yourself. And I think those of us in this community are willing to do that. You're willing to commit yourself. It's not such a hard thing to do. I work with college age students, as y'all probably know. I teach at the university. And this generation of Generation Z, they say that they are spiritual and not religious. Most of them don't know. They don't have anything. That means they don't have anything. Nothing, really. I asked them, what does that mean? I just am a nice person. I try to be good to other people. Okay, whatever. So when I say to them, find a practice, find a spiritual practice that you can commit yourself to doing. You don't want to go to church. Okay. You don't want to participate in institutional religion. Okay. You don't know anything about it, but you decide you don't want to do it. Okay, because it's not meaningful to you. I totally get that. But what is meaningful to you, and what can you commit yourself to doing? So they look at people who are still in religions that are very focused and particular, where people change the way they eat, they change the way they dress. They, you know, we would say maybe they are very prohibitive and restrictive. They look at that as just being totally unreasonable. And so, you know, like some Hasidic Jews who dress a certain kind of a way, or Mormons who, you know, they have a particular way of, their whole lifestyle is a very particular kind of a way. Jehovah's Witnesses who, you know, don't take blood, for example, or don't celebrate Christmas and their birthdays and those kind of things. People who do things on the outside in a very particular kind of a way where the whole world can kind of see it, that seems unreasonable to them. Like, why does God care? That's just people doing that and making up these rules. Well, maybe to a certain degree, but you know what it does? It pulls us into our own spiritual practice and grounds us somewhere. And that's what's important. Getting grounded somewhere and having something that you can attend to on a regular basis. Going to church is, you know, for many of us, it might be an okay tradition to do because it grounds you. It gives you some sort of framework for your spirituality, even if you don't believe in everything that's being taught there. If you don't have a practice in something, then you don't really have a spirituality. So what I'm saying to you is, again, get clear. What is it that you want to know about yourself in these last remaining days of 2019? How can you set yourself up for success as we turn over into a new decade, 2020? It's a whole new energy coming in, y'all. So where do you want to be in that? Where or to what can you commit yourself? And if you want to practice magic, hoodoo, you have some tools that you can use to help you. So I recommend that you at least get yourself a nice white candle and light it between now and the end of the year. every day, or until that candle runs out, depending on what size it is. Just keep candles burning, at least a white candle. If you can't think of anything else, or if you can't get anything else, white candle is very easy to get. Even if it's these little tea lights. I just came from the store and got these little, just random tea lights. And so you could easily just do that. It doesn't have to burn all day. You can just have that intention that you did that in the morning or in the evening for yourself and for your spiritual tradition, spiritual practice, right? So that you can be mindful, oh, I'm doing this for myself. I'm setting myself up for success. Do that between now and December 31st to get clarity. This is what you're doing for yourself. And then in January, then you start lighting candles of a different color for what you really want to bring in. All right, so that's another thing you can do. I mentioned to you in another video about having a word for the year. This might have been a while back. This might have been December 2018. Establishing a word for your year. What is the theme for yourself going into the new year? So, for example, 2018 was metamorphosis for me. Not 2018. 2019 has been metamorphosis for me. 2018 was restoration. 2020 will be something else. I'm not sharing that just yet because I'm pulling in my intention and power around the new word. So I'm not sharing what it is. So you can do this for yourself. What is it that you want to see as an overall theme? In what ways do you want to grow? So that's something else you can do to set yourself up for success here. That's enough for this one video, I think. I would love to hear your comments about what you are doing, any comments that you have or questions that you have about some rituals that you may want to do. But at the very least, gather your resources, your sources, your crystals, your candles, get your mind together. Pull your mind in, as one of my spiritual teachers always says, pull your mind in. A lot of us have an opportunity to be off work at this point. We don't have as many things pulling at us, and so we can create some more time, some more spaces for ourselves. So what are you going to do with that time? Are you just going to watch Netflix? I know I'm watching Netflix too, but do something more for yourself as well. I'm going to wrap it up. I'm going to make another video probably soon after this one, so I might be wearing the same thing in these two videos. But until, I don't know, until next time, that's all for now. And again, thank you for being here and supporting me all this time. I appreciate it. Like, share, and subscribe. And that's it. Bye for now.